All right, Browns and the contract of Jack Conklin. You talked about it. When I first read about this, I thought immediately, I'm like, wow, the Browns get what they want. They save some money under the cap. They give up a little bit of time in terms of longevity with the Conklin contract. If you would, Jay, explain the details on how this works and answer the question that you asked at the beginning of the show. Why don't we see this more often?
I think it's a unique circumstance, a unique situation where, you know, Jack is 30 years old. He's had a ton of injuries in his career, and a lot of knee problems. And this gets him, he didn't have any guaranteed money on his deal, so this restructures it. He gives a little bit of money back, and he gets to free agency sooner, so he gets a chance to cash in again a little bit sooner. And from the Browns' perspective, they let him out a year early. But, you know, again, how much do you want to commit to him given his injury history? I mean, there was a time not that long ago we thought he was done.
Yeah.
And he was headed for retirement.
Yeah.
And then they signed him to this extension. So I think it's mutually beneficial to both sides. He had to give back a couple million to get out sooner, but he gets an opportunity. If he stays healthy this year, he's been a very productive player when he's been on the field.
Been good when he's healthy.
So if he could stay healthy this year and put up another good season, he can get back into free agency next year at 31, 32. I can't remember when his birthday is, and have a chance to cash in again on a deal. So that's why it just takes both sides wanting to come together to make this happen. And I just don't know that the situations always align like that.
Right.
Yeah, so the Browns basically was like, we're not going to get fleeced by this. So basically they were like, okay, Jack Conklin played well last year. We thought that his contract was going to be a problem because they did offer him that big deal coming off a lot of injuries. Miraculously, he was healthy last year when he started.
Yeah, he's great.
Now, if he comes back this year and has a nice year, all of a sudden he's 31 years old, played very well, coming off a really good year. There are going to be a lot of teams that are up for a solid tackle that can move his feet. He's been away from the injuries a couple years. He potentially can get a 2-year deal, 2-3-year deal for a lot of money in next year, and you'll say, "Oh wow, Jack Conklin got that." Somebody offer him. You know, you look at Larry Tunsil. Larry Tunsil just got moved for some picks from the Texans.
Look at the money all the tackles just got in free agency.
I know.
And Moore just got $50 million guaranteed.
Stunner.
So he got another bite at the apple, and it's very rare to do that as you move to your middle 30s, Jay, in terms of, especially a guy with injury-prone history.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a win-win. The Browns get the cap flexibility they look for. But to me, Jason, I'm going to characterize it like this and see if I have my mind around this properly. It's almost like life insurance. When you buy a life insurance policy, you literally are betting that you're going to die. And the life insurance company is betting that you're going to live.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what this reminds me of. The Browns are betting, or perhaps even thinking, that this is the last year for him. Jack Conklin is betting on himself and saying, watch me fly. So he has, it gives him great incentive to be in great shape and to be healthy this year. Not that you can will health, but you can work on it by being fit. So to me, I think the Browns get one very motivated year out of Jack Conklin. Now, this blows up in their face. If he plays again at an all-pro level, or Pro Bowl level, plays very well,
he's out of here.
And then he signs a contract and he peace outs on Cleveland. That's how it ends up blowing up on Cleveland.
Yeah.
But they're betting that it's more likely that he either is injured or his play falls off a little bit with his age, and they made the right bet.
And at that point, they would want, from a fiscal standpoint, to get much younger anyway. I would rather get a younger tackle that I can get somewhere else and not pay $40, $50, $60 million. So, you know, it's a good business move.
They need to get younger across the line. We've talked about that at length. Both of the guards are aging. Jack is getting up there. But it is worth pointing out, if he does have another great year, he and his wife are building their forever home on the east side.
Yeah.
He will be a Cleveland resident for the rest of his life, more than likely. So maybe there is room to, if he has a great year and stays healthy. I wouldn't necessarily call it the end of Jack's time in Cleveland. You never know. but it gets him to free agency.
They didn't already negotiate. They got somebody else some forever money.
Yeah.
Myles Garrett. So he might be the guy. I don't need $40 million, but give me a little something on the back end.
You mentioned getting older on the offensive line. Like, more than likely, this will be the last season for Joel Bitonio. I mean, who knows? If he has a great year and he's healthy and feels good, maybe he comes back for one more. But that is an area of major concern moving forward for the Browns, regardless of how long this contract is and Bitonio's deal. So they're going to be facing a major rebuild on that offensive line soon.